Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviyankaravavahai Tejasvinavdhitamastu Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So yesterday we were seeing to chant on Om etc. mantras. Very good. That's a good practice. But the problem is, you said we cannot chant Om. Yes, you cannot chant Om alone. Mantras, yes, you can chant mantras. But I am not initiated in any mantra by Guruji. Okay. But I am initiated by mantras. Guruji has initiated me in mantra. Okay. So, but there are some inauspicious period where I cannot chant the mantra. Now, there are so many issues like this. What is the option for me? This is not an option for you actually. This is a Shakta Upaya. This is a little subtle thing, but still, what is an option? So for that he says, yasya kasyāpi varṇasya pūrvāntāvanubhāvayet śūnyayā śūnyabhūto'sau śūnyākāraḥ pumānbhavet. Beautiful. Yasya kasyāpi varṇasya pūrvāntāvanubhāvayet śūnyayā śūnyabhūto'sau śūnyākāraḥ pumānbhavet. Whatever be the alphabet, varna, whatever be the alphabet, when you pronounce that alphabet, before pronouncing and after pronouncing, there is a void. When you focus on that void, then you become of the nature and form of void. Okay, that is what is said. You become of the nature and form of void. śūnyākāraḥ, form. śūnyabhūto'sau, śūnyasrūpaḥ, form, nature. Okay. So that is the meaning. Now, before starting the word by word, we will first understand the śūnyabhūta and śūnyākāraḥ. śūnyabhūta, śūnyasvarupa, you will become void. Fine. Of the nature of void means you will become void. Fine, that is okay. There is no confusion, lot of confusion. You will become void. Void? It's okay, void, fine. But śūnyākāraḥ, that is where the problem is. śūnyākāraḥ, you will become of the form of śūnya. What is this stupidity? Because śūnya, void, cannot have any form. Void per se cannot have any form. If it has form, it is not void. It's a contradictory. It's an oxymoron word. śūnyākāraḥ is an oxymoron word. This is śūnyākāraḥ. The idea is not to show that you will become nothing, you will become void. It is to show that you will become devoid of duality. We saw devoid of duality, right? That is what is the idea. You will become of the nature of Bhairava. You will become of the form of Bhairava. That is what he is intending to. We'll come to this later again. So, yasya kasyāpi varṇasya, whatever be the alphabet. See, we are not even focusing on the Om, etc. We don't care which alphabet you are pronouncing. Either it is A or Aha. Doesn't really matter. So, when you pronounce it properly, then what happens? pūrvāntāvanubhāvayet. Before the word is pronounced and after the word is pronounced. Before the word is pronounced, there is a state which is called as desire. Desire to pronounce. Because first we have the knowledge of alphabet A, then the desire for pronouncing the A, then vaikari, the pronunciation, explicit pronunciation. Kriya. Activity. So, jnana, ichcha, kriya. This is the order. The jnana shakti, ichcha shakti, kriya shakti. The power of knowledge, the power of desire, and the power of action. So, before the action is preceded by desire. And action is succeeded by the trupti, the satisfaction. I have pronounced it. So this before and after state, the truth, the desire and the satisfaction, there is a void there. It is not a desire or satisfaction, it's a void. Before pronunciation, the character didn't exist. After pronunciation, the character does not exist. Over. Frikshanavasthai, we call it. In logicians call it, it exists only for 3 seconds. You start, you want to pronounce, you pronounce, it goes over. So here, the stage before and the stage after, that is, you have to pūrvāntāvanubhāvayet. You have to focus that, meditate upon that as void. The stage before pronouncing, the stage after. When you do that, what happens? There is a logic. Ādau anto yannāsti madhyepi tattatha. Ādau at the beginning, antau at the end, yannāsti that which does not exist, madhyepi tattatha in the middle also it is same, similar. Meaning, if it does not exist before and if it does not exist later, then in the middle also it doesn't have any existence. It does not have any existence. So that is the crux of Shaiva Siddhanta. So what in Vedanta also we say, Vacharam no vikaro namadheyam, everything is just a pronounced, uttered word. That's all. Nothing. It does not have any real existence. The real existence is Bhairava. The real existence is of the nature of Bhairava himself. The Vimarsha is just, the words used here is a Gandharva Nagara Tulya. It is similar to the castle in the sky. It does not have any existence. Because if it had existence, it should have to trouble us even in the deep sleep or while we are meditating, which is both same for many people. So that doesn't happen. So he says, let us break it in order. First, we practice how to pronounce a. A should be pronounced from the throat. E should be pronounced from the larynx, the inside tongue area. U from the lips. There are specific places for pronunciation. A, E, U, etc. Now, while pronouncing this, while learning this pronunciation, if you learn this pronunciation, it is easy to focus on this. Yes, I am able to pronounce it. Now, there, when I say I am able to pronounce it, at that point, what happens is anubhavaha. I experience it. I experience the pronunciation. Yes, I pronounced Now, after that, through the grace of Guru, I gain a clarity. Yes, what you pronounced is the proper Okay, very good. Now, after that, now I have started learning how to pronounce, what to pronounce, etc. Later, slowly, what happens is you use these etc. in the order of the chakras. We already said 12 chakras, 12 characters. The they are neuter gender, so we don't use it. We only use the a to aha. So you use each one of them in each one of these chakras and meditate upon them. Then what happens is you gain that śūnyati-śūnya state. That which is subtler than the subtlest, that which is more wide than the void. More wide than the void. What is more wide than the void? That's the name, which is Bhairava state. You become that Bhairava state. You gain that Bhairava state, which is Om itself. Okay. Now, when you gain that state, what happens is you understand Sarvamidam Gandharva Nagara Tulyam. All this is like castle in the sky, mirage water. They don't have a real existence. So whatever is not this, whatever is not the Vimarsha, whatever is not the expanse, that is the Brahman, that is the Bhairava, that is Shabda Brahman Bhairava or Nada Bhattaraka, as they call it in Shaiva Siddhanta. Okay, you get this idea. And we said śūnyabhūto'sau. That is explained here in a different way. He says śūnyākāraḥ means nivritta dehādi pramatruta abhimana. You will be devoid of the identification, abhimana, the identification of the doership, etc. The body is the doer, etc. The sense of doership in the body, etc. is lost. Meaning the pramata is lost and the prameya remains. The pramata is lost and the prameya remains. Meaning the knower is lost. There is no knowing, therefore, only the object of knowledge, Bhairava, remains. Okay? Fine. Now, the next tantrādi. Next, wait. This is a Shakta Upaya, so it is difficult for us to practice. But I understand what you say. There is difficulty in pronouncing the characters and all. We are not trained to pronounce it properly. And in many places, I see instead of pronouncing it from the throat, the Adam's apple area, instead of that, they'll just say, it's from inside the mouth. Okay. Then, I'm not even talking about people who are not used to Sanskrit language. I'm talking about people who, in India itself, they don't know to pronounce. In the Indian dialect itself, many languages, they use only not okay. There is another problem also here. In some Indian languages, like the Bengali, etc., they have a pronunciation which is a default pronunciation. They don't say they'll say o. Pronounce from throat. Okay, o. That is not that is o you are pronouncing. That is what is the problem. Okay, so these problems also arise. Now, we just have to, whether you pronounce A or O does not really matter actually. We just have to pronounce any character and find the void before and after. But when I am not capable of that, so I resort to the hearing. Before pronouncing, after that is not possible, so I resort to the hearing. What is that? He says tantryādivādyaśabdeṣu dīrgheṣu kramasaṃsthiteḥ ananyacetāḥ pratyante paravyomavapurbhavet. tantryādivādyaśabdeṣu dīrgheṣu kramasaṃsthiteḥ ananyacetāḥ pratyante paravyomavapurbhavet. Beautiful. Okay, the meaning is in the string instruments, etc., musical instruments, when you focus on the elongated note or the sequential note, the gradational notes, when you follow it carefully, ananyacetāḥ, without getting disturbed in anything else, even you focus on completely, then at the end you become embodiment of, you become of the form of paravyoma, chidakasha, parabrahma, bhairava. Okay. Now, tantryādivādyaśabdeṣu, tantri means the string. Tantri is the word used for string. It can be single string instrument, it can be double string instrument, it can be 4 strings, 7 strings, does not really matter how many strings. Innumerable strings, does not really matter. So, in those instruments, tantryādi, are you talking only about string instruments? No. Adi, we said any instruments. Adivadya, vadashabdeṣu, adivadya, any instrument which is used for producing music, sound. Like why tantryādi? See, there is this string instrument called ektar. Ektar means it has only one string. Earlier, the nomads in India, they used to have this ektar. and roam around. A tin, it's a very beautiful, simple instrument. A tin, the side of the tin, they'll put a bamboo or something, some wood, and tie a string to the top and to the center of the tin. At the bottom they'll tie it. Okay, they'll place a hole or something and tie it. If you pull the string, it will resonate inside. There will be a vibration because it's making a sound in the noise in the empty space. It's going to make some noise, vibration, ting, 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 kind of. Okay, now when you pull that string, ting, veena, guitar, anywhere, ting, there is a resonation. There is a vibration, reverberation. Okay, right. Now, forget the string instrument. When you are going to use a percussion instrument, a drum or something, when you beat on it, when you beat on a tabla, tung, tung, or a mridanga, dung, there is a vibration. Now, this vibration may not be there in the wind instrument. So, should not we not use? Oh, I play only wind instrument. Forget it. Does not matter. That also can be included. Adivadya, that is also included. But there is no vibration. Fine. We'll teach method for that also. So, what he says is, in all these vadyas, dīrgheṣu, there is a dīrgha. Dīrgha means there is an elongated state. Ting. There is an elongated state. This is called as murcha. This is called as murcha. Meaning you are extending one note. While learning the music, they teach you to say, so you have to go on. So same note you have to go extend it. So okay. Now then dīrgheṣu kramasaṃsthiteḥ. Then you are placing the different notes in order. Sa, re, ga, sa, ga, sa, ga, like that, something, some order. So, then you are going to focus on those different notes. Whether you follow a single note or you focus on a multiple note in sequential order, does not really matter. Focus on that. That is what is the point. Now, if you see people who love to listen to music, they place the speakers in such positions that they'll enjoy it. They want to enjoy it to the maximum. Okay, but will they gain the bhairava? We'll come to that later. First, you listen to those strings, those notes. When the singers, sometimes you even have this sing. You don't even have to have a instrument for meditating on this. That there are some people have a very beautiful voice. When you hear that voice, mind naturally becomes calm. Just by listening to that voice, just close your eyes, listen to that voice. Your mind naturally becomes calm. You don't even understand what they speak, but the mind naturally becomes calm. That, focusing on that. So, in the dīrgha and krama, when the singers do, in the Western, in the Carnatic music, they have sa re ga kind of. Okay, they use only sa re ga ma pa. But in Hindustani music, they have akara or ukara. They'll have that is one note. They'll extend it. Okay. Now they have the multiple notes also. They won't do sarega. They like that. They'll go on and on and on. So when you focus on those different notes, this is a sadhana which is done in the reverberation. That is why they have the singing bowl. Why is that? They want to meditate. What's the meditation possible? This is the meditation they do in singing bowl. Okay, that sound. You don't have to buy a singing bowl for that. Just any, even a plate is good enough. Just take a plate, take a ladle, beat on it. There is a vibration. Anything for that matter is good enough. So here, when you focus on that, then what happens? Ananyacetāḥ. You have to focus without letting your mind getting involved in anything else. Like when you see the singer, you see the form of the singer, or the beat which he is going to make, or the hand gestures which he is going to, not to let your mind be carried away with any of this. Just focus on the sound. There are different stages where you can focus. Either in Carnatic music, they have shruti, laya, etc. So shruti mata, laya pita, that's what they say. There is a background, even score, okay, like that. And upon that, they have a building score. Okay, so that is a common thing. That doesn't change, but this goes on changing. It's like there is a flat, there is a G string or a F string, something going on behind, like that. Okay, now on top of that, that's their tone. So they'll make the amendments and juggle with the characters or the words. Now, when you are focusing on those notes, shruti, laya, or the beat, tala. Tala is also something which you can focus on. Tick, 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 tick. That's tala. That's the beat. Okay. So when you focus on that, that is one part of tala. But tala can be also, it can be fast, slow. That is one thing. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. Different 1, 2, 3, something like that. Okay, different kinds of beats. So now, when you focus on any of these, not all of this, any of this, and listen to the music, then what happens is there's a Bhairava state manifest. It is said in the Sangeeta Shastra, in the music Shastra, it is said, it is a quote from Yajnavalkya Smriti. There he says, Veena vada tattvajnaha shruti jati visharadaha talajnascha prayasena mokshamargam sagacchati. Veena vada tattvajnaha shruti jati visharadaha talajnascha aprayasena mokshamargam sagacchati. Veenavada tattvajnaha, one who knows the way to play the musical instrument, veena, etc. Okay. Shruti jati visharadaha, one who knows shruti jati, etc. Expert in shruti jati, etc. of the notes. Talajnascha, and one who is an expert in the beat, knowledge of beats. These people, aprayasena, without any effort, moksha margam gachati, they go to the path of moksha, liberation. They don't gain moksha, they go to the path of liberation. That is what is said there. Okay. Now, there is a catch. When you are going to listen to music, you have to choose the proper music. He says, Parameshwara aradhanartham giyamanam geetam dharma hetuhu. Shrungara rasa uddipana vibhavantu kamasadhana. See, if you are going to listen to some song which is a devotional song in the sense that should also be very sattvic, not the rajasic type, dum 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 dum, not that kind of type. So when you are going to sing this song or hear this song for the sake of worship, then that becomes means for dharma. you gain punya from that. But if you are going to listen to songs which is rajasic or some filmy music or some rock song or all those musics, then what happens is a kama sadhana. It becomes means for building up the desires. Okay, so that is dharma. This is kama. It will not lead you to moksha. Okay, that's the idea. We'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.